We're looking at a live picture, a picture from Washington, D.C. today at noon. Protesters on the steps of Capitol Hill. We are told Congressman Raul Ruiz joins us on our news line. Congressman, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you just fine. Thank you for joining us. This must be a kind of a shocking day for you on Capitol Hill.
It is. It's a rattling day for all of us, for me personally, and for our nation, indeed.
Congressman, can you take us through what you were doing when all of this chaos descended? When were you told to evacuate? Can you walk us through?
Yes, I was up in the gallery on the House floor, and we started to see the Capitol Police start to speak in their walkie-talkies, and then their movement and activity started increasing. People started noticing that there were distractions, and then finally they started warning us to be ready to get under our seats, to shelter in place. Once they breached the Capitol, they allowed the people that were actually on the House floor to evacuate, which left a few of us, including myself, still in the House. They barricaded the doors, and we were all waiting, sheltering in place underneath the seats, and until they secured the area, and we were evacuated to a secure, heavily guarded area.
Now, we have a photo that shows guns drawn there on the floor of the House. Were you there when those guns were drawn, pointed at the entrance of the House?
The guns were drawn by who? Sorry.
It appeared by security, House security, perhaps.
You know, when I was there, guns were drawn just in case, ready to go. The Capitol Police who were there were doing their jobs. They were on point and making sure they were communicating with us, and they were doing their job.
Can you tell us what other members of the House are saying? What was the atmosphere inside like? I imagine very scary moments.
Well, you can imagine that there is some tension, and so it's very important that that everybody remain calm. And so when the accusation started, I spoke up and reminded people to stay calm and just to look out and listen and follow the direction. Currently, we're sheltered in place in a secure location, and after communicating with my wife and my family to let them know I'm okay, I am looking out for others as a doctor, making sure we have enough water, we have enough snacks in case people are diabetic, on insulin, and possibly can go on hypoglycemia. And so I'm just looking out for people and providing some reassurance, while at the same time keeping an eye and ear out on the situation for my own safety as well.
Are you surprised at how easily it appears the Capitol building was breached by these protesters?
You know, I am surprised. And the big question is, knowing that this was announced and that this was a possibility, have there been more security and more reinforcement in order to give us more time to move, so that those that were in the gallery for such a long time waiting until they secure the location that we could move. But like I said, right now what's important, Jeff, is not hindsight. Right now in the situation is to remain cool, calm, collected, to remind the American people that yelling at each other is not going to keep us safe. It's going to make us more vulnerable to violence. And this is the time where we need to reflect to see how far we have come and how much we need unity, how much we need to come together as a community for our own safety, because this is real. This is not a drill.
Tell me what was going through your head as this was all happening. This is stunning to see, and you are seeing images and videos coming out of the Capitol. It looks like chaos, madness inside. Can you walk us through what you were thinking?
Well, I'm thinking like an emergency physician, Angela. I'm trained in emergency situations, and I go through my protocols, and I'm first and foremost looking at safety, and I'm also reminding my peers next to me about the protocols in any mass casualty or mass shooting scenario and what to do to keep them fresh, so they can think through this scenario. I'm also looking out for people who are potentially ill, that I can visually see that are rattled and nervous and anxious, and providing reassurance and checking in on them. And at the same time, I need to reassure my wife, and I need to tell her I love her and my family, and make sure that they're not too worried. My mother, I knew that things were were getting out of hand outside while I was in the house when my own mother called me to check on me to see if I'm okay. And so that's when I reassured her. I told her things would be fine. And then immediately I started calling my family, the rest of my family, to let them know I'm okay. You know, this is not over. We have to be very vigilant. We have to be very caring. This is a time where we need to come together and look out for one another and get through this. And so, you know, those are things that have went through my mind. And so instead of being concerned and stressed, I'm going to channel that energy in being helpful and looking out for other members and staff that are here with me and bring something positive out of it.
Now, more federal agents have been called in to maintain order there at the the Capitol building. Also, the mayor of Washington, D.C., Muriel Bowser, has called for an overnight curfew. Starts at 6 o'clock tonight till 6 in the morning. Have they given you any indication on how this might impact the certification of the Electoral College vote, which was the business of the day? Is this going to impact that?
No, we are prepared to go back as soon as the Capitol floor and the Capitol premises are cleared to go back and finish the work to ratify the Electoral College and to bring strength to the Constitution and to the dignity of the American spirit and the ideal of which we were founded, which is what George Washington did when he peacefully denied another term as president, in which we have traditionally done in our country and have been a beacon and example to the rest of the world. This today is a violation of the peaceful transfer of power. And we need to overcome this, come together, remind ourselves who we are as Americans, and remind ourselves that we're stronger than this, that we are better than this, and that we can overcome this, building back better to ensure that future generations look back and really scorn and rebuke the behaviors of those that are out there.
We were seeing reports that House members were being told to put gas masks on at one point. Did they say that to you, Congressman Ruiz?
Yes, I put my gas mask on at one point, and then I realized that for me it's better to have clarity in vision and hearing, and so we were able to take off our masks and be able to be alert to what we needed to do to stay safe and avoid any catastrophe.
Congressman, do you think that these protesters who have reached the Capitol, what kind of charges do you think they should have? Talk to us about what other House members are saying. What are you thinking on this?
You know, right now, Angela, I'm thinking about love. I'm thinking about staying calm. I'm thinking about Jesus Christ and what I can learn from his examples and his teaching. Right now, I need to make sure that people are okay, that they're taken care of. We have a strong judicial system. There's a lot of lawyers who are paid to figure out how to hold people accountable for bad behavior. My role here as a member of Congress is to ensure that our Constitution and that the people's work continues despite the threats. And as a doctor is to look out for my fellow brothers and sisters who are concerned and who are rattled. There's a young adolescent here who was very nervous and scared and in tears. And so I went over and I told her, sweetheart, everything's going to be fine, as if she was a relative of mine, and to reassure her mother as well, who was with her. So this is a moment where I'm not thinking at all of retribution. I'm thinking about how to keep people safe.
Congressman, before we go, in Espanol, could you, for our Spanish-speaking viewers, give your reaction to what's gone on here in Espanol?
Fue un poco peligroso con los protestas que estaban afuera, pero como médico de emergencia me enfoqué en cuidarme y cuidar a otros, asegurar que todos iban a estar seguros. Estamos en un lugar seguro, con mucha policía, protegiéndonos. Me da mucha pena y tristeza que estamos en esta situación en nuestra nación. Muchos de nosotros latinos hemos visto este tipo de violencia en gobiernos que no tienen control y nunca pensábamos que esto iba a pasar aquí en los Estados Unidos, pero sabemos que la Constitución, la idea de seguridad, la idea y el espíritu americano va a sobrevivir, y este es el momento de reflejar en cómo podemos reunirnos como personas, como residentes, ciudadanos, en cuidarnos para mejorar nuestra nación para todos.
All right, thank you for speaking with our Spanish-speaking viewers. Finally, Congressman, we did want to ask you, what are you doing at this moment? What is your plan for the rest of the day?
Currently, I am in a location undisclosed, waiting with others to get the clear to go back and to finish the people's work and to ratify the Electoral College count and usher in a new administration for the United States of America. And so I am trying to find a place where it's quiet, and also when I'm done, I will be walking around checking on people to see if they're okay and if they need any water or any kind of snack, and if they got any medical issues they want to talk about.
Are the House members just scattered throughout and everyone's just found a safe place where they can? Is that what the scene looks like right now?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Is everyone in Congress scattered throughout the building and just finding safe places where they can?
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that question, Angela, for security reasons.
Okay.
But definitely a long day ahead. Your work is not over. We appreciate you taking the time to update your representative or your constituents here in the desert. Thank you so much, and stay safe, okay?
We're very glad to hear you are safe, Congressman. Thank you for giving us the time you have.
Thank you. Bye-bye.